Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Ad-darsu tasi'u ashara. Ad-darsu tasi'a ashara. Chapter 19. Al-Mudir. Kam taliban jadidan fi faslika ya shaykhu. Kam taliban, tamyiz. Jadidan is not of taliban. Okay, so this is singular, and this is also singular because it is not. Fi faslika ya shaykhu, in your class, O shaykh. Okay, so how many new students are there in your class, O shaykh? Okay, so in the translation that I'm doing these days is in the normal English. So I'm saying how many new students are there. So you'll not find it here, okay? But in normal English, that's what you will say, right? So, but this is how you'll write in Arabic. If you'll do literal translation, you'll say how many new students in your class, O Sheikh. That will be more literal translation. Al-Mudarrisu fihi asharatu tullabin jududin. So in it are 10 new students. Asharatu tullabin. Okay, so now we have started dealing with ma'dud, more than 3. From in lesson 19, we are dealing with ma'dud, more than 3. In lesson number 18, you were mostly dealing with Mathanna, okay, 2. Now here you are dealing with more than 3, between 3 to 10. So asharatu tullabin. So when you are talking about male students, okay, the adad has to be muannas. Asharatu tullabin. Ma'dud is muzakkar. If ma'dud is muzakkar, then adad has to be muannas. Okay, that is the rule. So in it are 10 new students. Now jududin is plural of jadidun. Okay, so we are talking about plural. Now this is not of tullabin. So since tullabin is mudaf ilayh, that's why jududin is also majroor, because these tullabin jududin, they are not manut. So that's why this is also majroor. Okay. Now fihi is mutalik bil khabar. Okay. Asharatu tullabin jududin, you can treat the whole thing as mubtada muakhar, container. Okay. Al mudiru, min aina hum, from where are they? Akulluhum min baladin wahidin, are they all from one country? Min is harfu jar. Min baladin, this is what? Country. This is majroor. So that's why this is majroor. And wahidin is the naat of baladin. So that's why this is also majroor. Okay. Kulluhum min baladin wahidin, are they from one country? Actually, that's the literal translation. But what does it mean in the normal English is, are they from the same country? That's what it means. Al-Mudarrisu, la hum min biladin مختلفة. No, they are from different countries. بلاد مختلفة is مضاف مضاف إليه. This is مضاف مضاف إليه. Sorry, this is not manut. Okay, this is مضاف. This is not مضاف. This is not manut. من بلاد مختلفة. And min is harfu jar, so that's why this has become majroor, and this is not of that, so this is, so they are from different countries. Okay, biladin has to be plural. Why it has to be plural? Because he's talking about many countries. Mukhtalifat. The question was, are they from one country? So that's why it was baladun here, min baladin here. But here, this is biladin. Why? Because they are from different countries. منهم ثلاثة طلاب من الفلبين. From them, there are 3 students from Philippines. وأربعة طلاب من اليابان, and 4 students from Japan. وطالبان من الصين, and 2 students from China. وطالب واحد من Malaysia, and 1 student from Malaysia. So here in this part of the sentence, we are dealing with plural. Min whom. In them, there are 3 students. Thalathatu tullabin. That's why this more between 3 to 10, the relationship between other than ma'dud is mudaf mudaf ilayh. So this is thalathatu tullabin. And you are dealing with male students. That's why adad has to be muannas. Adad has to be muannas. Okay? Thalathatu tullabin. Min Filippini. From Philippines. Okay? Now this Philippines is with al, so it will be fully flexible. Okay, mean, so it will be Filippini. Okay, it will be Filippini. Wa arba'atu tullabin, and 4 students. This is also dealing with more than 3 and 4 students. So this is also mudaf mudaf ilayh relationship. Min al Yabani, from Japan. Wa talibani, and 2 students. Min as-Sini, are from China. Wa talibun wahidun. Now we are dealing with single. So when you are dealing with 1 and 2, the relationship between other than ma'dud is not manut. The relationship between other than ma'dud is not manut. That's why talibun wahidun. This is not mudaf mudaf ilayh. It has to be not manut. Okay? Min Malaysia. From Malaysia. I hope it's clear. If any difficulty, you can ask me question by typing in the chat. Al-Mudiru. Afi faslika tullabum min America. Are there students from America in your class? Afi faslika tullabun min America. Are there students from America in your class? Al-Mudarrisu. Na'am. Yes. Fihi sab'atu tullabin America. In it are 7 students from America. In it are 7 students from America. Fihi mutalik bil khabar muqaddam. Sab'atu tullabin is mubtada muakhar. Okay. Min America is again mutalik bil khabar. Okay. Al-Mudiru. Ahum jududun. Are they new? Ahum jududun. Are they new? Al-Mudarrisu. La. Hum qudama. No, they are not new, old, or you can say, you cannot say old in English. So in normal English, you say, no, they are senior, right? Are they new means are they freshers? No, they are not freshers, they are old or they are seniors. Qudama. Now, qadimun, the plural of that is qudama. Okay, qadimun is old, and the plural of that is qudama. Al-mudiru. Kam taliban fihi min urubba. This is tamyiz again. How many students in it means in class. Okay, how many students in it from Urubba, from Europe? Okay, the question is how many students are there in the class or are there in it from Europe? Al-mudarrisu fihi khamsatu tullabin min Inkaltarra. In it are 5 students from England. Wa thamaniyatu tullabin min Almania, and 8 students from Germany. Almania means Germany. And remember that it is with Hamzatul Qata. So here you will not read this as Min Almania. You say Min Almania. Okay. Wasittatu tullabin min Faransa. And 6 students from France. Watis'atu tullabin min Yugoslavia, and 9 students from Yugoslavia. Okay, so maybe that time Yugoslavia was existing, so that's why it was. So this is the. I think there is no need of explanation because I've already explained similar sentences before. I hope you understand. But if you have any difficulty in this sentence, you can ask me. Al-Mudiru, shukran ya shaykhu. Thank you, oh Sheikh. Okay. So this was the conversation between Al-Mudarris and the Mudir. Okay. This was the conversation between Al-Mudarris and the principal. Ikra waqtu. Read and write. So brothers and sisters, whenever there are such exercises, Ikra waqtu, please write it. Okay. Don't want, please do the practice of writing or typing in your computer. Okay. So here, the figure is written here for those who have not yet memorized the numbers. So they can see it here. So what does it mean? Okay. So thalatha means 3. Okay. Thalathatu tullabin. Now all these are feminine adad. Why? Because we are dealing in this chapter with masculine ma'dud. Okay. Thalathatu tullabin, 3 students. Sab'atu tullabin, 7 students. Okay, I think it's going this way sequentially. Okay. Thalathatu tullabin, 3 students. Arba'atu tullabin, 4 students. Khamsatu tullabin, 5 students. Sittatu tullabin, 6 students. You can repeat loudly on your side, brothers and sisters. Sab'atu tullabin, 7 students. Samaniyatu tullabin, 8 students. Tis'atu tullabin, 9 students. Asharatu tullabin, 10 students. So you have to remember واحد اثنان ثلاثة أربعة خمسة ستة سبعة ثمانية تسعة عشرة. Okay, remember these numbers. اقرأ واكتب. عندي 5 كتب وثلاثة أقلام. So these are the sentences without harakat. Make sure you are pronouncing the i'rab, you are taking care of the harakat and the i'rab properly. عندي 5 كتب وثلاثة أقلام. I have 5 books and 3 pens. خالد له 6 أبناء. Khalid have 6 sons. Okay. Khalidun lahu sittatu abna'in. Khalid is mubtada, and this is jumla ismiya khabar. Okay. And within this jumla ismiya khabar, this is mutalik bil khabar. And this you can take it as mubtada container of this. Okay. Kam akhan laki ya aminatu. How many brothers do you have, Amina? Laki. Akhan is tamyiz, so it is singular. How many brothers? You are doing the translation as brothers, but it is tamyiz, it is written singular. How many brothers do you have? Laki, ya Aminatu, oh Amina. Li arba'atu ikhwatin. I have 4 brothers. Arba'atu, it is muannas. Why? Because we are dealing with ma'dud muzakkar. Okay. في الأسبوع 7 أيام. In a week there are 7 days. في الأسبوع 7 أيام. Okay. يوم is singular day, 1 day. أيام is days, and يوم is muzakkar in Arabic language. Okay. So أيام is used here. So sab'atu, this is muannas. Kam riyalan indaka al-ana ya Ammaru. How many riyals do you have now, O Ammar? Indi al-ana thamaniyatu riyalatin. I have now 8 riyals with me. I have me now 8 riyals. Why thamaniyatu muannas? Because riyalun is, the singular is muzakkar. Okay, in plural it is written as riyalatun, looks like feminine. Okay, but actually riyal is muzakkar. Okay. في هذا الحي 9 بيوت جديدة. Okay. في هذا الحي. في هذا is حرف جر واسم مجرور. In this area or in this district, حي. Why حي? Because this is musharun ilayh of هذا. So that's why هذا is majrur due to fi. So that's why this will also be majrur, because this is badal or musharun ilayh. So in this district, this atubuyutin jadidatin. There are 9 new houses. 9 new houses. Tis'atu buyutin. Buyutin is plural. Jadidatin is written singular. Why is that? Give me the answer in chat. Why this is singular? Now these are not man'ud. These have to match in all the 4 qualities. But why this is singular here? We are dealing with more houses, but why jadidatin is written singular? It should have been plural. Yes, that is the answer. Abdul Hussein Sadriwala, that's, you are right. So the answer is because Baytun is ghair aqil. Now all ghair aqil jama are referred as singular muannas. Okay, singular muannas. So that's why it is jadidatin, and it is not of buyutin. That's why it is also majrur, jadidatin. لهذه السيارة 4 أبواب. This car has 4 doors. Okay. Abwab. Babun is again muzakkar. So then arba'atu, it is muannas because that's the adad. Okay. لهذه السيارة. Li is harfu jar. هذه is, that's why it is majrur positionally. Okay. And this is musharun ilay as-sayyarati to hazihi. That's why this will also be majrur. لهذه السيارة 4 أبواب. Okay. Then كم ثمن هذا الكتاب? What is the price of this book? ثمن means price or cost. What is the price of this book? Okay. ثمنه 7 ريالات ونصف. Okay. Its price is 7 riyals and half. Okay, this is how it is written. Inshallah, we will be dealing with these numbers more in second book. Okay, so you will know it more, inshallah. So the answer is the price, thamanuhu. What is this? Thamanuhu is what? This is mudaf mudafile, right? Price of it. We are talking about book. Thamanuhu. This is damir muttasil hu. Okay. The price of it is sab'atu, 7 riyals, or sab'atu riyalatin. Okay, 7 riyals. One nisfun, and half. Nisf means half. Nisfun in Arabic means half. Okay, 7.5 riyals. That's what it means. في هذا الفصل 10 طلاب قدامى و4 طلاب جدد. Okay. في هذا الفصل 10 طلاب قدامى و4 طلاب جدد. Okay. In this class are 10 old students and 4 new students. 10 طلاب, 10 students. قدامى. قدامى is not of طلاب, but this is ending with alif maksura. So actually qudama, what is, in which halat is qudama? Is it rafa, is it nasab, or it is jar? Who can tell me? Position wise, this qudama, is it in rafa, is it in nasab, or it is jar? Is it marfu, is it mansub, or is it majroor? Majroor. Yes, jar. Okay. Why? Why it is jar and why it is majroor? Yes, it is not of طلاب. وأربعة طلاب, أربعة طلاب مضاف مضاف إليه, جدد. جدد. Okay, this is also not of طلاب. Okay. أم قميص عندك يا إبراهيم? How many shirts do you have, O Ibrahim? عندي 8 قمصان. I have 8 shirts. عندي 8 قمصان. I have 8 shirts. عندي ريالان و5 قروش. I have 2 riyals and 5 qurush. Now, qurush, you can say these are pennies, okay? The further division of 1 riyal, okay? So, I have riyalani. This is what? 2 riyals. I have 2 riyals and 5 qurush, okay? I have 2 riyals and 5 qurush. في هذه الحافلة 10 ركاب. In this minibus are 10 passengers. Rukabin is again from plural of rakibun. That means someone who's mounted, like someone who sits on a horse. He's called. He's like he's mounted. So and when you are sitting in a bus, also as if you are mounting it. Okay, so you are sitting in it. So in this hafilatun is normally referred to minibus. Normally this is 25 seater bus. Okay, because in the new Arabic, the big bus is called bus. Okay, the big size bus is called bus, and the small size bus is called hafila. Okay, hafilatun. So in this hafila, okay, this is musharun ilay of hazihi. That's why it will be majrur. في هذه الحافلة 10 ركاب. Okay, now you have to answer these questions using the adad mentioned in the bracket. Okay, using the adad mentioned in this bracket. Okay, I will read the example. Kam kitaban indaka? How many books do you have? Indi thalathatu kutubin. This is thalatha, right? Indi thalathatu kutubin. Come, so brothers and sisters, if you have a printed copy of this, you might have seen that there's a misprint here. There is come missing in some of the books. You can write it with your pen because I think it got misplaced. I have typed it here, so you can write it with your pen if you have. So, kam akhan laka ya Hamidu? How many brothers do you have, O Hamid? So your answer will be li khamsatu ikhwatin. Li khamsatu ikhwatin. Why khamsatu ikhwatin? Khamsatu because you are dealing with brothers. Brothers is masculine. So you have to use feminine adad. Khamsa. Okay, khamsatu. Kam amman laki ya Layla? How many paternal uncles, chachas, do you have, O Layla? So the answer will be li arba'atu a'mamin. Li arba'atu a'mamin. I have 4 chachas. Okay, or 4 paternal uncles. Kam ibnan laka ya shaykhu? How many sons do you have, O Shaykh? Li sittatu abna'in. I have 6 sons. Kam su'alan fi hadha darsi? How many questions are there in this lesson? I would like to say something about this. In Arabic, the question is called su'alun. In Arabic, the question is called su'alun. And you know, unfortunately, the people who are from the Urdu and Hindi background, when you ask them, they say sawal, sawal. That is wrong. Actually, it's from Arabic language. Okay, and this letter here is not wow. Actually, it is Hamza. Now Hamza have to sit on some chair. Hamza always require some chair to sit because Hamza is so small. So sometimes Hamza sits on alif, sometimes Hamza sits on waw. Okay, sometimes Hamza sits on so you have to say so this is basically Hamza. So it is not pronounced as suval wa. No, it is not. This is not wow. This is Hamza. So it should be read as su'alun. In Urdu also, you should not say how singular is. This is singular because this is tamiz. This is tamiz. Okay. So this is singular. Yeah. You have remember Siraj. Always tamiz is singular. Su'alun is singular. Okay. Always tamiz is singular. Kam su'alan fi hadha dars. And why it is su'alan? Because tamiz is always mansoob. Okay. It is in nasab state, hala. Okay. Kam su'alan fi hadha dars. How many questions are there in this lesson? So your answer can be fihi thamaniyatu as'ilatin. Fihi thamaniyatu as'ilatin. The plural of su'alun is as'ilatun. Okay, the plural of su'alun is as'ilatun. Okay. Kam rakiban fil hafilati. Kam rakiban fil hafilati. How many passengers are there in the minibus? Fihi tis'atu rukkabin. Okay, rakiban Rakibun is singular. Okay, but it is tamyiz. It's not, and when you will do the normal translation, you'll say passengers. Okay, so you'll say fihi tis'atu rukabin. Kam riyalan fi jaybika. How many riyals do you have in your pocket? Jaybun means pocket, which is attached to the trouser or your shirt. That is called jayb. In Urdu language also, in Hindi also, it is called jayb. So, okay. So your answer will be fihi sab'atu riyalatin. Fihi sab'atu riyalatin. Kam thamanu hadha al-kitabi? What is the price of this book? Okay, kam thamanu hadha al-kitabi? What is the price of this book? What is the cost of this book? So you can say thamanuhu, or you can say thamanu hadha al-kitabi, or you can say thamanuhu asharatu riyalatin. Now here it's not mentioning the currency, so wherever, since we are dealing mostly with riyals in this lesson, so we will use that as a currency, because this book was taught in Saudi Arabia. So you can say thamanuhu asharatu riyalatin. Okay. Now in this exercise, there are words written, brothers and sisters. Now in these words, you have to use each one of it and use the adad from 3 to 10. And then take the second one, then use the adad from 3 to 10. And same thing you have to keep on repeating. Now, I will not take all of them. You need to practice this yourself. So when you will, I will take few of them, but you go and you practice yourself. Okay, that's for you to practice. Okay, so I will tell some of them. So thalathatu kutubin, because it is kitabun, so we are dealing with plural. Thalathatu kutubin, arba'atu kutubin, khamsatu kutubin, then sittatu kutubin, sab'atu kutubin, then thamaniyatu kutubin, tis'atu kutubin, asharatu kutubin. Okay, now same thing you have to repeat it. Okay, brothers and sisters. Now, for example, I will say for this is new word. Okay, so I will say thalathatu qurushin. This is qarshun. Qarshun means a penny. Okay, thalathatu qurushin. Arba'atu qurushin. Qurushin, I am making it plural. Okay, khamsatu qurushin. Sittatu qurushin. Sab'atu qurushin. Thamaniyatu qurushin. Tis'atu qurushin. Asharatu qurushin. Okay, so this way you have to practice anything. These are all you have, you know. Tajirun, you know. This is tujarun, you will use rajulun, rijalun, talibun, tullabun, and you use all of them. Riyalun, riyalatun. Okay, ibnun, abna'un. So I think you can do it, but you need to practice this, brothers and sisters, yourself. Okay. Now, what are the new words you have learned in this chapter? Al-kalimatul jadidah. Okay. Al-thamanu, the price. Nisfun, half. Al-riyalu, riyal. Riyalatun is jama of that. Al-hafilatu, minibus. Hafilatun, buses. Okay. As-su'alu, question. As-ilatun, questions. Al-baladu, country. Biladun, countries. Al-yawmu, a day. Ayyamun, days. Al-qirshun. Okay, so it is qirshun. Okay, al-qirshu is a penny. Furushun is pennies. Rakibun, passenger. Rukkabun, passengers. Qadimun, old. Qudama, plural of that. Al-Jaybu, Juyubun. Plural of Jayb is Juyubun. Now these are the name of countries that have come in this. Urba for Europe. Faransa for France. Mukhtalifatun means various. Mukhtalifatun means various. Several. Okay, various or several. Almania, Germany. Yugoslavia, this country no more exists now. I think it is, which is that country now? What's the name? It is changed now. Malaysia, Malaysia. Okay. So let's go for number 20. I expect, inshallah, bi'idhnillah, by next week, I hope we will be able to finish this book. But I will be taking one day off next week. Most likely Tuesday, there will be no class. But inshallah, there will be class on Wednesday and Thursday. But it will be informed to you accordingly on the group. It will be, but most likely it will not be there on Tuesday because I have some activity on Tuesday, some personal work. Ad-Darsul Ishuruna. Okay, chapter 20. Now here it's dealing with muannas mostly. Okay. Now in the chapter 19, you have dealt mostly the ma'dud, where all the ma'dud that were coming in chapter 19, they were all muzakkar. So the adad that you were using was muannas. Now in chapter 20, the ma'dud is muannas. So adad has to be muzakkar. Okay, the adad has to be muzakkar. That's how it works in Arabic language. Layla. So Layla says, Ya Salma, O Salma, afi fasliki talibatun min as-Sini wal Yabani. In your class, is in your class students from China and Japan, or does your class have students from China and Japan? Salma says, Naam, yes. Fi faslina. Fi will make this as fasli. Fi faslina khamsu talibatin. This is the thing to be noted here. Now, this is muzakkar because we are dealing with now female students. Yes, in our class are 5 female students. Khamsu. Adad will be muzakkar. Khamsu talibatin min as-Sini, from China. Wa arba'u. No more arba'atu. No more arba'atu. Wa arba'u talibatin min al-Yabani. And 4 students from, female students from Japan. وثماني, again, not ثمانية, وثماني طالبات من Indonesia, and 8 students, female students from Indonesia. Layla says, وفي فصلنا 3 طالبات من الهند, and in our class are 3 students from India. Okay, all these are using again mudaf ilayh relationship, and mudaf is muzakkar, adad is muzakkar. Why? Because ma'dud is muannas. Okay, that's important. So in our class are 3 students from India. Wasittu talibatin min al-Filippini, and 6 students are from Philippines. وسبع طالبات من الكويت, and 7 students from Kuwait. Okay. Salma, كم أختا لك يا ليلى? How many sisters do you have, O Layla? Layla says, لي 3 أخوات. Now again she's dealing with sisters. So again, this is muzakkar. Li thalathu akhawat. I have 3 sisters. Salma, Wakam akhan laki, and how many brothers do you have? Now Layla says Li khamsatu. Now khamsatu. Why? Because we are dealing with muzakkar ma'dud. Li khamsatu ikhwatin. I have 5 brothers. Okay. I have 5 brothers. Salma. Laki thalathu akhawatin wa khamsatu ikhwatin. See here, it's very clear here. You have 3 sisters. Thalathu, it is muzakkar, adad, and akhawatin, sisters, is muannas. Wa khamsatu, it is muannas adad. Ikhwatin is brothers, it is muzakkar. So you have 3 sisters and 5 brothers. Layla, naam, yes. Wakam akhan wa ukhtan laki. She says, Layla says, yes. And how many brothers and how many sisters do you have? Salma says, Li arba'atu ikhwatin wa arba'u akhawatin. So she says, I have 4 brothers. Arba'atu for ikhwatin. That's why. I have 4 brothers and arba'u, because we are dealing with sisters, and 4 sisters. Okay. Layla. Li zamilatun. I have a colleague. Okay. Li zamilatun. Ismuha Khadijatu. I have a colleague. Her name is Khadija. Okay. So you can treat this whole thing as one jumla. Li zamilatun. Li متعلق بالخبر مقدم. زميلة is مبتدا. I have a colleague. Now this is another jumla. اسمها خديجة. Her name is Khadija. اسمها is مبتدا container. خديجة is خبر. لها 8 إخوة. She has 8 brothers. وثماني أخوات and 8 sisters. Notice the difference, brothers and sisters. Here they have used both ma'dud, muzakkar and muannas. So you know the difference. So with this practice, if you read this chapter again, after you finish with me, you do multiple time reading, multiple times you read this chapter. So this confusion will go. You know, last time some sisters were saying, oh, there's some confusion because why this muzakkar is referred as when there is muzakkar ma'dud, then it has to be muannas adad. So all this confusion was there. Can you hold on a minute? I am receiving a call. Just a minute, just hold on. So, brothers and sisters, I think we finished this initial part of this. Sorry for this disturbance. I have received some urgent call and I have to go somewhere. And this exercise, inshallah, we will do it next Wednesday. I will finish the class earlier today. Okay, inshallah, see you tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.